Hi, Real Academics. This is Maggie. I just wanted to update you that we have recently moved from Texas to Miami, Florida. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about how to deal with setbacks. Um, so, in our transition, we thought our house would be ready actually in December, and it's January 12th and it's still not ready, but we had to be here for work. So I've been reflecting a lot on, how do we deal with setbacks in life, be it something like what I described, or perhaps, it could be anything from not passing a comps exam or getting a manuscript rejected, and just thinking through how do we just keep moving forward, right? And two things come to mind. One is, and I say this a lot, is, and I don't say this, how shall I say it? It's not like it's easy to do, but to think of what you're grateful for in that moment, despite the feeling of frustration or disappointment, which is, by the way, very important to acknowledge. So I'm not saying don't feel those feelings, but moving past that, just being grateful for something, right? So in my example, I am grateful we have a temporary place to live. It's quite nice. In some ways, it's better because it's allowing us to transition more smoothly into our future new home, versus just coming here cold turkey. So just kind of reflecting on that. So what are you grateful for? And secondly, just what are you grateful for? And what was my other point? Well, I think it's related. It's just in that setback, maybe looking back, it's propelling you in perhaps a better direction or a new direction, or there's some growth there, right? And you may not see it in the moment, but perhaps, something didn't work out. It might take you in a different direction, which could be positive, which could be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have stayed in this one direction I was going. And all of this is easy to say. It's hard to do. It's hard, especially these days, I think, with social media and people posting things. I saw a post recently about, oh, people are so stupid to move to Florida, like, it's going to sink underwater. And then, I'm looking at the news and there's all these horrific storms off the coast of California, and people are, drowning. And it's just, you've got to keep moving forward in life where life takes you. And despite setbacks, move forward. In fact, last night my husband and I were watching a documentary that I had no idea this story. I mean, there's so many stories from the Holocaust, but this particular story was about a man from New York City who found some caves in the Ukraine. I'm not sure what year it was. And he found writing and evidence that people had been living there. And it all turns out that during World War II, several Jewish families were hiding out in these caves in the Ukraine so that they wouldn't send them to concentration camps or execute them. And they were in these caves for almost 2 years surviving. And it just, I don't know, just the sheer willpower of people to survive and to keep moving forward. And despite, like, honestly, at that time, like, they were not getting any help outside of themselves and their community. And there was a lot of criticism against them. They wanted to kill them and exterminate them, but they kept going. And it doesn't mean there weren't setbacks and people didn't die and all that, but it just made me feel even more grateful and not wanting to complain about living in a hotel versus a cave, and it's in like totally different circumstances. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts for now that I just wanted to share with you. I hope they're somewhat insightful. So always love to hear from you. And check out our website at www.therealacademics.com. My favorite thing to do is to work with people who are aspiring to be better writers. I'm always aspiring to be a better writer and thinker and academic. So you can always contact us there. All right. Thanks for listening. Until next time.